Hi class, I was assigned the posterior, the middle, and the anterior scalene muscles, which are in your neck, posterior, middle, and the anterior. When we look at the poster, here they are in red. This is a lateral view of the body. The skull would be up here, looking that way. This is the cervical region of your spine. And then here's your first and second rib, your shoulders. So first the posterior scalene, it's going to be over here. The origin of this one is on the posterior tubercles of C5, C6, and C7. And then the insertion, so you can't see the origins, they're kind of behind here on the vertebrae. Then the insertion point is on the second rib. So then the middle scalene, that's going to be right here. Here's the insertion point on that. That's on the first rib. And then, so then the origin point is also on the posterior tubercles, C2 through C7. So you can kind of see, here it is, here's the first one. And then behind all this, behind it, if we saw another view of it, you'd see all them connecting to the vertebrae down to C7. And then the anterior over here, the origin is C3 through C6. So here's C3, C4, C5, all the way down to C6 in here, and then the insertion point is on the first rib as well. To clarify, this is C2. C1 couldn't fit in my image. My font, I guess, was too big. So yeah, there's that. So the phrenic nerve is the nerve that informs this muscle to function, and it originates in the anterior rami of the C3, C4, and C5 nerve roots. So again, C1 is imaginary. Here's C2, C3, C4, C5. So these three is where the origin of this nerve is. So it starts up here on your body, and then it works its way down in between the heart and lungs, and it ends around the diaphragm. Up here, when it starts out, it goes in between the middle, and the anterior scalene. Kind of goes right in between. It goes lateral of the anterior scalene, and it goes underneath posterior of your clavicle. So it goes down and then alongside your heart and lungs and ends at the diaphragm. The function of this muscle would be to help bend the neck and to also stabilize the neck. The facet joints is what I found for number 4. Those are located first over here. These are the spinous processes. I'd say the facet joints would be right through here. I don't have them in on my drawing, but yeah, they'd be like right through here. An example of this muscle, an activity this muscle does, or a motion this muscle does, would be to laterally bend the neck or the head, lean the head over. This is extending these three scalene muscles. That's flexing it over on this side, and when you flip it, you're extending this side and you're flexing these three. So flexing these three, extending these three, flexing these three, extending these three. The antagonist muscles to the scalenes, I would say, would be the splenius capitis and the trapezius. So those are right through here. Here's the splenius capitis, kind of goes through here, and then the trapezius, that's through here. Your traps kind of goes up your neck as well. So when I bend my neck this way, my lateral flex it this way, it's stretching, it's extending both of them a little bit, making them an antagonist. Also, I want to say that when you bend it, lateral flex it this way, you're extending these scalene muscles, you're flexing these two, or these three over here. So I want to say they're kind of antagonists too to each other when you're doing this motion. So one really good stretch that I like for the scalene muscles is when you lateral laterally flex your neck and you rotate your head upwards, you can already feel your anterior scalene stretching. And then when you rotate your head back looking forward, you feel that middle, here's the anterior, you feel that middle one extending, good stretch. And when you look down, you can feel that posterior back here being stretched. Now I'm going to show an exercise for the scalene muscle. First, be seated and put whatever hand you want behind your back to kind of help your posture a little bit. I'm putting my left hand, so my right arm is free. So you want to take your arm and your hand and wrap it around your head, so your fingertips are touching the tops of your ear, and so now to start this exercise, you want to pull your arm down this way, so your head is coming to your shoulder, your other ear is coming to your shoulder. But as I'm pulling, as you pull, you want to resist and stay equal. You want to stay normal with your scalene muscles. You want to kind of fight. You want to fight the pull. So here we go. I'm going to pull with my arm, but I want to fight to stay normal with my scalene muscles. And you should feel it. You should feel it right in here. And then on the way back up, you want to do the same thing. You want to, but you want to get back to normal. You want to get back to straight up and down. So I'm going to pull with my arm, but I'm going to fight it with my scalene muscles. And I'm back up to there. So I'm going to do it again with this arm. Pull, resist with my scalene. And you're going to push. So you see that little pop back there? Yeah. And then I'm going to do the other side for balance. Fingertips at the ear. I'm going to pull, resist, and then back, and then pull, and get back. So that's 4 reps. I'm going to do one more for the requirement. I'm going to pull, I'm going to start again. Pull, and back. Sweet. So a daily activity that majority of people probably do in the morning is they rotate their neck when they wake up, when they get out of bed. Because their neck was so tight after sleeping on it in an awkward position, or it's so sore because you're sleeping on an awkward position, or you're doing certain lifts in the weight room and just got super sore in the morning the next day. And so when you roll, you are stretching, you're extending the scalenes, you're flexing it, and then when you rotate around, you're extending this side and you're flexing this side, and it actually feels pretty good just doing it right now. And you want to do both sides. You want to rotate counterclockwise and clockwise when you do it. Thank you.